Hey y'all, this is Rodney Watson again. Try to get through this real quick. I don't know if that's, see that. This is mainly for me, y'all, for notes, for me to keep my mind straight while I'm talking to you. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about economics. I'm not an economist. I'm not an expert on it. I'm talking about basic economics, though. Good economics is about getting all you can get for your efforts in goods and services. We break this down into dollars. That's really the wrong way to do it. That's the way we measure it in our society. But a dollar is just a medium of exchange. That's why your dollar goes down in value and goods and prices go up. You know what I mean? Of course, the price is going up, so what's making the dollar go down? Not going to get into all that. But actually, if you like on a salary, you get paid a certain amount. You're not really getting dollars, but you're getting groceries and housing and clothing and education and whatever you buy with that. That's what you're trading for when you go to work every day. All right. The poverty rate in Birmingham, Alabama is 25 to 30%. 25 to 30% of the people in Birmingham are not making enough. That's what the poverty rate is. If you fall below that, you don't make enough to buy all the goods and services you need for a basic living, okay? Rent, food, clothing. You're having to get assistance somewhere. And many of these people is working. A lot of people is making above this, their money's just real tight. So they've got a population in Birmingham of 25 to 30%. That's not productive enough in the economy to get all they can get out of an 8-hour or 10-hour day. All right? Now, on the personal side, they should leave Birmingham. All right? And I'll give that to y'all. That's something we're going to talk about. As a personal responsibility, if you're in a city that the economy is so bad that you cannot sell what you can bring to the marketplace at a rate that will help you get above poverty, you need to move or you need to get in more education. Okay? But there are people that have the education and that service or that product or business is not in that city. You know what I mean? That's something Birmingham's trying to get right now is a lot of high-tech stuff. And they're trying to bring in the labor, hoping the companies will follow the labor, but it doesn't work that way. Labor follows the company. And all your high-tech companies are going to be going to Huntsville, anything coming into Birmingham, but it's because Huntsville's highly productive in the other ways. And Huntsville is still a pretty big farming town. I went up there Sunday, and there's a lot of wheat being grown. There was some cotton right outside of town there where Boeing is built. Boeing, you got aerospace up there. Huntsville is booming, but Huntsville has focused on production, not consumption. All right? Birmingham used to be a production city. It's turned into a consumption. That's what your city people up there don't understand, and even your county commissioners now. You can have consumption, and you've got to have consumption because you're going to have consumers, and people like to live a certain way and buy things. But you've got to produce. You've got to have the production got to outweigh the consumption. Birmingham hasn't done that. That's why they have this poverty rate. They've got a high population percentage in competitive market across the country and even globally. They're more on the consumer side than they are on the production side, and it plays out in their payday. Sometimes it's old technology. It's not that they're lazy. It's just they haven't competed. I mean, it's like breathing air or drinking water. We all have to have air, and we all have to have water. But I can't sell you air because it's so plentiful. So it's so plentiful, even though it's so needed, I can't sell it to you unless I'm choking you out or you've messed your lungs up and I can sell you purified oxygen. But just in general, I can't charge you for air or tax you for air because it's so plentiful. It's needed, but it's plentiful. Kind of like food or maybe floor sweepers. They're needed, but they're so plentiful that they really don't qualify for being high production because the economy doesn't demand it at a level that's more than it's supplied. So I don't know if that makes sense. I'm not trying to bore you. Birmingham has a high consumption. They don't have a high production. That's why you got the poverty rate. We're depending on a few businesses in Birmingham to take care of this, and we ought to be bringing more in. But Birmingham runs them off. All right? Now, like I say, personally, if you're in this situation in poverty, it's your personal responsibility to take action. But it is the government's responsibility to look at anything above 12% in the poverty rate and take blame for that. Because their economy is not firing at a level that will either put these people to work or offset them with more employees. Any percentage above 12% in the poverty rate is Birmingham and Jefferson County's fault. If you get down to 12%, you're still responsible, but you're at least average. You can say, well, the whole country's got that percentage. But the whole country's doing better than Birmingham and Jefferson County, last I looked. And we're in an economic boom, y'all. Now, you go to Vestavia and Mountain Brook and different places, this ain't this high. They're being functional. That's why you have people leaving and moving. And Birmingham's already in that spiral. And District 3 feeds off of that. Let's go come back to our outdoor economy. Alright? For District 3, we got to have our own economic identity. We got to have our own economic identity. We're going to develop that. $7 billion come through the state last year in that industry. We want some of that. We've got all them rivers, or the river and the creeks and streams down there, and we can use that. It's a natural resource. Over in Africa, years ago, if you know the history of diamonds, children was over there in Africa and they was playing with rocks, shiny rocks, big as your hand. They've been playing with them for years. And I think it was De Beers Diamonds. They went over there and looking around and said, man, them were some pretty rocks. And they got to looking at them and figured they could market them as rings, diamonds, you know. The people in Africa, they was playing with diamonds, big as your hand, they say. They didn't know how to market them. They couldn't see it as diamonds. Well, we got a diamond down here in District 3 with our rivers and our creeks and streams that we can get behind. And it used to be a little bit better. Of course, competition come in. But I think we need to get back on that. And that's going to be my goal, to work on our creeks and streams. I want to do some stuff maybe down at Taney Hill and make District 3 an economic engine of its own and get District 3 back on the production side of the economy. That means bringing people in here and let them consume and do it right, responsibly, take care of our natural resources. If we take care of our natural resources, we'll be an economic engine. And y'all, that's about the end of it. And that's what I want to do. I want you to understand it. This is the problem. Birmingham's on the consumption side. I think they're probably in a downward spiral. They can't do anything about it. They're spending way too much money on crime. Crime takes away from the city. That's just like pouring money down a drain. Wasteful in Birmingham. And they don't have it to waste. Somebody said, well, Huntsville's building them a stadium. They're building it because they want it. They're not building it because they feel like they need it for jobs. There's a difference. That's it, y'all. I might make another video or two, but that's about where I stand. I think y'all got enough about me. I've got to go back to work. Even if I win or not, I've got to go back to work. I got to put my personal economy back on the production side. I appreciate y'all tolerating me for last couple of months. If I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. I was trying to sort of put a show on, understand this. I did get on a radio show talking about me. I did talk on a radio show. I understand another one talked about me, and I didn't pay for any of that. Another group made a website against me. All that was getting my name out. But let me tell you this. I had a goal when I went into this, and I have fulfilled 2 of those goals. If the third one, I hope the third one works out. But y'all, we know more now than we did. We know Jimmy Stevens ain't taking care of us. We know how much we're paying for a county commission in that office up there. We know the stadium is a fallacy. And it's not economic development. It's not anything against the stadium, but it was sold to us, and it was put in our city that's doing pretty badly economically. And anyway, like I said, I've got some of my goals out. Hope we win this. But you can private message me if you see me at the building. You can come by there and see me. Again, if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. I'll say this to Ashley Dunn. She's the one that made that page against me. Ashley, if I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. I really wasn't trying to. I really thought the statement about looking like a man was funny, and I still laugh about it. And it did what I wanted it to do. It made me laugh. It got you upset, and it got this message out about this stadium. And you know what transpired about me saying that to you. If y'all don't know, she's the one that started that other page, and as far as I know, she's a fine woman. She was cussing me. I said something back to her about that not being ladylike language. She had a picture of herself there. She's not a bad looking woman. And she said, well, I assure you I have all my lady parts. Well, that opened the door up for me. And I said, well, that's good to know, because from the picture you look like a man. And, it blew off then. The top blew off. I fell out on the floor laughing. And I've had a lot of fun doing this. I've had some stress. I do want to beat Jimmy. Ashley, again, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings. You don't look like a man. But I do appreciate you putting that video out about me. You got it out about me, and you've showed people who I am. And we know what UAB did to us, Ashley. We know. You helped me get that message out. UAB football and the boosters put some wild and guile on us. And they got Birmingham to pay borrow $90 million to build that stadium. The poorest city in our district. That's pretty good, UAB. Y'all did a good job. Somebody would write a book about that. Thank you.